Janae DeFell with the Village of Oak Park Business Services, and I am buzzing around town today to bring you ideas and tips from our local merchants to help you create that perfect holiday dinner. I'm standing outside in front of Botanica. We're going to go in and talk to Dana Fisher, which is the owner of Botanica, and she's going to give us tips on how to create that perfect holiday table. Hi, Dana.
Hi, Janae. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, thanks for having me in today.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Wow, the table looks great. Tell me what we have here.
Well, we have a place setting for a special occasion, and it can serve for a holiday feast for Christmas or for Hanukkah or anything else. It's very shimmery silver. Silvers and kind of silvery purples are in this year, so I wanted to highlight the sort of effect.
Can you walk me through sort of the layers that you have on the table?
Sure. This is a tablecloth made by Garnier Thibault. It's a French manufacturer. Believe it or not, this is all 100% cotton, so it's completely washable, very easy to care for. But what looks nice when you have a tablecloth down is sometimes to jazz it up a bit, you put runners over the cloth.
Okay.
So you can either put a runner over the cloth that serves as a place setting, placemat type effect,
right,
but it actually runs completely across the table. So of course we do specialize in linens, so we do have these Garnier Thibault napkins. They're 22 inches, so they're extra big, which is really nice.
Right.
These are my favorite products here that many of my customers love as well. They're called Bee Glow lanterns. What you do is you put a little tea light in, and you light it, and this whole thing glows. So this is beeswax, but it's coated on the inside so that this part does not melt down.
Okay.
So
it looks like it's got a design on the outside.
Those are real pressed flowers. That's a dogwood flower.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they're made in North Carolina, handmade, and the flowers are grown in the garden of the people who make them, and they're just lovely.
So it's okay to have a different type of candle, because I see you've got the lantern, and then you've got sort of the taller candles. This is okay to have a sort of setup.
Exactly, yeah, especially if you weight it properly, it's okay. If they're kind of all over the place, not so much.
Okay.
So in this particular case, we weighted it with 2 lanterns at this end, and then we have 2 of these shimmery little, more tea light candle things here, and then the vase is here. Okay. And the reason I prefer it this way, I didn't do a huge centerpiece.
Yeah, because some of them are really a little gaudy.
Yeah, and you want to be able to talk usually to the person across from you. Okay. And so that's why I kept it kind of low, but gave it a splash of color in the center as well. So it's directing your eyes to the center without blocking your view of who you're trying to have dinner with. The other thing I like to do is, instead of buying a bunch of napkin rings, which can be expensive, I go to even the grocery store and find flowers and use them in my napkin rolls. Okay. So if you look here, Janae, what I did was very simply take a piece of just lovely plain ribbon, cut off sprigs of berries, and just put them right in here. And in fact, this is one of our lower end, less expensive napkins, and it looks gorgeous. One simple piece of ribbon tied around a napkin just dresses it up. Also, too, a nice cost-saving measure is if you already have a cloth, we can just sell you napkins just to jazz things up, change things up, or vice versa. If you have napkins you really love and you're attached to, but you're not quite sure what table runner or table cloth you might want, we can advise you on how to change things up, and we love doing that. It's our favorite thing to do here.
Well, is there anything else that you can offer us in terms of advice to create that perfect holiday dinner?
One last thing. If you're not actually cooking the dinner and you're going somewhere else for dinner, we have a great array of hostess gifts. And first things that we have, you can't go wrong with a tea towel. So we have a variety of different tea towels. One of my favorites is a calendar towel.
Oh,
and this is more of a holiday themed one. This here too, these are more small kitchen towels. This is more of a fall themed ones. We also have coming in a really lovely Christmas themed set. So they're wonderful, and you get 2 here. Also, of course, many people have their guest bathrooms and they want to have a nice soap out. These are lovely. Smell this. It's a vanilla pear-shaped soap.
Now this says from the garden. This is nice.
Yeah, well, we do specialize in more nature-inspired items, and so this is one of our favorite all-natural soaps.
And this is really what your store is about as well.
Certainly, yes. If you look at our banners here, bring the garden inside. That's the theme of Botanica. So we do have lots of natural products.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you letting us stop in, and hopefully that we'll find these tips to be very helpful.
It was our pleasure. Thanks for coming, Janae.
Now that we have that perfect table, what about dinner? I know just the place down the street. Follow me. I'm standing outside of Olive and Well. We're going to go inside and talk to Sandra Elder. She's going to give us great tips on how to spice up that holiday turkey. Hi, Sandra. How are you?
Hey, Janae. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. So you prepared some recipes for me today to help me spice up that holiday turkey.
I certainly did. What we're going to do today is a fig balsamic glazed roasted turkey with Italian cornbread stuffing. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Good.
First, let me talk about the oil that we're going to use for the recipe.
Okay.
And there are two that you can use. One is an Australian Picual olive oil. It's pressed with a Picual olive. The other one is a Spanish Arbasana, which is pressed with the Arbasana. It's very smooth and buttery. It's going to be a bit nutty as well, but it's going to really complement this dish rather than overtake the dish. It's going to be like using butter in the dish.
Oh yeah, it is. It's good. How do you know what you should be tasting and what you're looking for in the oil? What makes it any different than what I would get at like a drawer?
That's an excellent question, actually.
Okay.
What you're going to see here on this table and what you're going to see here at Olive and Well, are you going to see what are called single varietal olive oils.
Okay.
And now what that means is there is one olive that is used to press the oil in every one of these individual tanks.
Okay.
And the wonderful thing about this is you're actually getting olive oils from both northern and southern hemisphere continents, and you've got 5 continents represented here, which is phenomenal. You want it to be poured as fresh as possible too, so you taste this, I pour it, you take it home. It doesn't get any fresher than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is the oil that goes into the actual recipe that we're talking about. Are there other products as well that's also included in there? And can you walk me through what those items will be? Okay.
Yes. In this fig balsamic glazed turkey, you're also going to use a wonderful aged fig balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
All of my balsamic vinegars are from Modena, Italy.
Oh, wow.
And that is where authentic balsamic is born.
Okay.
And I have wonderful dark balsamics as well as some amazing white balsamics, which are incredibly rare to find. I have a white peach balsamic, a white pear, white oregano, just really, really wonderful white balsamics. Mine are a minimum of 12 years, and they range from fig, which we're going to use today, to strawberry, pomegranate, black cherry, just some really phenomenal ones. And then there's also a wonderful 18-year-old traditional balsamic vinegar, which is the #1 balsamic vinegar in the shop. Many of my customers will compare that to 75-year-old when they taste it.
You want your oils to be as fresh as possible, but you want your vinegars to be aged.
You want your vinegars to be as old as possible. And in the mass markets, what you tend to find there also is about 1 or 2-year-old balsamic vinegar.
Which one are we using in the actual recipe?
The one that we're going to use in the recipe is the succulent fig balsamic. It's a 12-year-old balsamic. And this one is just going to burst with flavor of fig. It is absolutely delicious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you see how dark and thick that one is?
Okay, I'm thinking, is this wine? Oh my goodness, I love this.
That's going to be on your turkey.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go through the recipe again. So we've got, oh my goodness. So we've got the oil and the vinegar. So what are some of the other highlights of the recipe? I know they can get it on the website.
Right.
But just tell me some of the highlights of this one.
Right. You're going to use wonderful figs in this recipe, which is absolutely phenomenal. You're also going to use a few onions. Okay. It's going to be so simple in terms of that. You're going to use a bit of butter in the recipe, just a bit, because most of the flavors are going to be coming from the olive oil and the balsamic. You're going to use Italian sausage, which is going to be what you're going to spice up the cornbread stuffing with.
Oh.
Yes. And when you're rehydrating the figs, you're actually going to reserve the liquid and you're going to use it as a reduction along with the fig balsamic vinegar to help glaze the turkey when you're finishing it.
Everything just sounds so delicious. I'm just a little overwhelmed.
You can't wait to cook, can you?
This may actually make me want to cook. But you know what? Thank you very much. We really appreciate you letting us come in today and talk a little bit about how to create that perfect holiday dinner. Thanks again.
It was wonderful having you. Thank you.